short one anyway. We only got one staff rec, I believe, but we had to meet regardless because today's the adjournment date. So you'll have to make a motion to formally adjourn the board for the 2020 appeal season. That means today is a cutoff for new appeals on real estate. Personal property can still come in by statute because they can appeal after the tax bill comes out. Real estate cannot. So that's why we're here. That's really why we're here. We would push the staff right to another meeting.
Okay.
Do what?
The microphone.
What about it?
We can't hear you.
Okay.
Do we have quite a bit of stuff coming after, or is it pretty thin?
We've got a few. Phil, how many appeals did y'all have last week?
Say 3 or 4 likely to be resolved at the formal level.
Right.
We have a handful of real estate that's going to come to you guys that I foresee. I mean, there's some in the pipeline.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how they'll play out, but it's going to be a very slow year.
Yeah.
We know we've got one scheduled. We're going to have attorneys present for both sides. June 2nd. It's an exemption denial on the Charlotte Rifle and Gun Club. Y'all heard the request for late application in December. We reviewed it. We denied that they've appealed. They've got their attorney. We've got Terry Scholler coming in to represent the county because it's a matter of a legal question, not a value question. So this one's going to carry some weight. That's why we've got both attorneys coming in. We brought ours in because they had theirs, and we didn't want to be caught
Right.
off guard from that standpoint. So we've got an audit on Chick-fil-A that'll be coming. That's going to be a virtual meeting, so we'll be set up. We'll probably still be here, but they will not because they're under travel restrictions until July. So that we're tentatively scheduling that for May 28th, which is a Thursday afternoon meeting at 1:30. I can't think of anything else that I would consider major other than the few that Phil's got coming.
So let me get it right. May 28th.
May 28th at 1:30.
At 1:30.
Yeah.
And you're going to send us an email like 2 days ahead of time? 'Cause-
I will.
Yes,
And then June 2nd
June
is back
2nd.
here.
Well, the 28th will be here as well. So we're going to direct Jody from real estate standpoint
Mhm.
to schedule any on-site that she can get scheduled for that day. If she can't, then we'll just send out a virtual meeting. But even if we're here and you guys are here, Chick-fil-A will come in through the GoToMeeting connection that we did our first meeting on. And they'll be displayed on your monitors there, and we'll have it set up. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's that.
All right, well, I'd like to call a meeting to order of the Board of Equalization and Review on Tuesday, May 19th. And I'll go straight to staff recommendations.
You have one, which is Renee and Mike Dashy.
I'll be glad to speak on this. This was just a piece of vacant land on Stallings Road. If you go up 74 and you take a left on Stallings Road, it's right past Matthews Indian Trail Road where they're building the new hospital. And last year I changed it because I noticed that our zoning had it as office-like retail, OLR, and then we got an appeal on it, which, raised from 19,700 to 82,500. And the guy says, well, I'm gonna build a house on it. And I said, well, I don't know. I said, you can't do it on OLR. But just for the heck of it, I said, well, I'll call Stallings and see if he can actually build a house on it. But it's still gonna be a commercial property, land. But I called up and they said, oh, no, it's been changed. It's gone back to residential. So I had no choice but to cut it back to, I had put up to 82.5 and I just put it back to 19.7. And that was after we had gotten to this point. But, you know, we just weren't aware of it. It wasn't on our mapping. And as far as we knew, it was a retail piece, but it's kind of odd that it would change back to residential, but it did. Because I spoke with Mr. David Furr at Town of Stalling, so I contacted the owner and I told him, I said, well, if you'll agree, we'll restore it back to the residential rate, so that's what we did.
Were there any other properties affected? And then-
Not that we can tell, this was the only one, but I'm gonna have to go in and do
Yeah, that's right.
a comprehensive survey for revow and make sure that we have any other changes. He said in 2018, they made some more changes, which we should have it on our mapping, but for whatever reason, it didn't show up when you highlight the pages, it just didn't even highlight it at all, and that's what kind of made it stand out to me.
Yeah, I
So-
would think that'd be unusual because of the, I mean, you got everything around it that's gonna be there, and they let that happen.
Yeah,
You know,
it is,
change it.
I think it's very unusual, but, you know, because there are a couple of offices up and down, you know, that road, and that's the way it's going, so, but that was their choice, I guess, so.
Can Stallings arbitrarily change it back without informing the county?
They generally will send us information, but for whatever reason, we didn't, you know, we do have this happen, and it's not just Stallings, it's any municipality, sometimes we don't get changes, Waxhaw does it as well, so, you know, we do have a few that fall through the cracks.
Well, Mr. Chairman, I make a motion we approve the staff rec.
All right,
I'll second it.
thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Like sign no? Well, it passed, okay. All right, then I'd like to make a recommendation that we formally adjourn for the purpose of accepting, excuse me, that's wrong language. What was that you said, Bam, while
We
ago?
would need, so you need to make a motion to adjourn the board review for the 2020 tax year. That sets, by statute, that determines that no more appeals can be accepted on real estate for 2020. Because our notices went out in early April, I believe. So they've had, or maybe the notices went out in March. You opened up in April as to convening the board. We left it open for 30 days. And that coincides with the deadline on those notices. So you just need to adjourn the board
Okay.
for new appeals for 2020.
All right, what Van just said?
Angie, you got all that, didn't you?
I got it.
I can't make the motion, so.
I make the motion
Thank you,
to
thank you,
adjourn
Mark.
2020 year. No more appeals.
Right.
I'll second.
Dutch seconds, all in favor?
Aye.
Like sign no? Okay, it passed, thank you. All right, do I hear a motion we